Hi, I'm Brett Dodge. Welcome to this week's video podcast on osteoporosis. I have with us Lisa Hamilton. She is a physical therapist at Alpine, and we're glad you're here. Lisa, thanks for joining us on what an amazing topic.
Hey, thanks for having me, Brent. I'm excited to talk to you about bone health for everyone today.
Well, it's interesting because whenever I've thought of osteoporosis in the past, I've kind of thought about aging people and particularly women. But it sounds like you're taking this completely to a new level. But before we go there, I know you guys are enticed. Tell me how you got interested in osteoporosis as a physical therapist.
Well, good question, Brent. I mean, it's kind of a natural thing to think about bone health as a PT because, of course, we're dealing with muscles and the bones, tendons, ligaments, joints, and of course, that's part of the system. But I first got especially interested in it when my mother was diagnosed with osteoporosis in her 50s, and quite severe, and she had no idea that she had it. And so it got me thinking about understanding the risk factors and what as a PT could I do to help her, and that just kind of mushroomed into a community thing.
A little bit of a personal experience.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Well, I know you have a unique take on looking at osteoporosis in a broader sense, more as a wellness than just a disease process. And I love the title, Better Bones for Life. I think that kind of starts helping people understand that this is a bigger deal than waking up one day and saying, wow, I've got osteoporosis, but rather kind of looking at that more as a lifestyle. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's important to understand about how bones are built. And so from the time we're born until about the age of 30, we're depositing into our bone bank. We're making those bones nice and healthy and strong. And then after that, especially for women, our deposits are less than the being taken out or the withdrawals, so to speak. And so it's really important for us as humans, parents, to look at how do we optimize those deposits in our bone bank early in life, so later on that we know that we've done our best job to make sure that our bones are healthy and strong as we start to age and as we start to lose some of that density.
So what you're saying is it's more than just waking up one day and realizing maybe there is an issue, and really helping people get started early as if they were starting a bank account. I'm going to go put some money. I'm not retiring yet, but I'm going to be building toward retirement. Talk to me more about that.
Yeah, I like to think about building your retirement with your bone bank, like you said, that we're making little deposits with all the things that we do with proper nutrition, with exercise, mostly weight-bearing exercise, so things like running, jumping, hopping, things that are really going to put load into our system. We're looking at that, we're looking at posture, balance, all of the things that kind of make us an awesome human to carry on. And so we want to make those deposits into that bank account in all of those ways. So when we get to the retirement age, we've got a really nice solid bank account.
I like that analogy. I also like the one that you've talked about, that osteoporosis is a pediatric disease with geriatric consequences. Can you hit on that a little bit more?
Yeah, I think that it's, again, important from a public health standpoint to understand that osteoporosis overall, which the reason we're concerned about that is because of fractures. And so we know that fractures from falls primarily in people with low bone density are one of the biggest causes of healthcare dollars. And so if we can start taking care of some of this, because there's a lot of lifestyle modifications that we can do that other disease processes we can't touch. And so with lifestyle modifications of exercise and diet, we know that we can make an impact on that. So why not start early? Why not really get a solid foundation and education for parents, for kids, of how we can contribute to kind of our overall healthcare system and make sure that we're not part of that healthcare crisis from an osteoporotic standpoint. So if we can build those bones, make people understand that this is a kind of like brushing your teeth. It's something that we got to do all the time, every day, to take care of ourselves so that we can remain strong and healthy later on.
It's just such a bigger message than, look what we found. You've got low bone density, like 48 million other American women.
Right, absolutely.
You actually can start this in childhood with coaches and parents and educators. I mean, getting that word out just seems so vital.
Absolutely. Now, and that's not to say that if you've been diagnosed with osteoporosis or low bone density, men or women, and we know that women do have a higher incidence of that than men do, but men also get osteoporosis. And so that's not to say that if you have been diagnosed that there isn't a lot of things that we can do to help out with that. Just like your retirement account, it's never too late to start making deposits. So there's a lot we can do across the whole lifespan. And so I really want to get the word out there across all of the community, as you said, to athletes, school kids, teenagers, because as we know of parents of teenagers, there's sometimes not a lot of activity happening unless they're involved in sports and some things like that. But getting the word out there that movement is life and that we're building better bodies and better bones to have higher quality of life across the lifespan.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of work that Alpine has in front of it to make sure we can get that word out. And I'm just wondering, from your perspective, Lisa, what are some ways that we can get that word out there now?
Great question, Brent. I think it really can start at the family level, so parents educating their kids, at the school level, with teams and coaches, into our health clubs, senior centers, and community centers of how we can help people understand to load their bones properly, to build strength and pay attention to their posture when they're doing their activities of daily living, recreation, pulling weeds, shoveling snow, all of those things to make sure that we're doing some of our activities, being mindful of building bone, but also protecting bone if we are at risk for fractures.
Well, and I also know that you are out and about getting the word out with different talks that you're involved with and all that you do at Alpine in the clinic. And I think the other avenue is going to be our webpage that's coming on board that people can access at alpineptmissoula.com. Maybe it's going to say something along the lines of better bones for life.
I'll look forward to that, and there'll be some great resources that people can go to. Some of the national organizations have videos and some wonderful information on nutrition that we can look at. Also, consultations at Alpine if you have osteoporosis, of how to move safely, interpreting your bone density scores, doing some posture analysis. So excited to be part of the community and to bring this information to Missoula.
Yeah, for sure. Keep in mind that we do offer free consultations at Alpine. Lisa is at our downtown clinic, and of course our website and this video will have information on how to contact Lisa. I do want to call your attention once again to our website, the alpineptmissoula.com. And Lisa, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's awesome.
Thanks.